Akash INTI, the real reflection of you. Today was a day of filming for me. First day filming with the film project that I've been working on, and I've used the word film about many times at this moment. In a very short period of time. Man, really, really interesting. I've learned a lot about the process of filmmaking, right? It's a horror film that I've been working on for close to, August to June. Almost 10 months, I think. Which to me is like, I'm still in disbelief. I'm like actually in disbelief that like this is happening. And yet at the same time, there's a sense of like, oh yeah, that's just what happens when you continue to constantly do something, right? When you continually do something through time, no matter what it is, there's some results. So, anyways, but it was my first time being on camera, at least for this particular project. And I'd been doing a lot of like behind the scenes type of like helping out with like moving things around, helping out the crew, like you name it, just being on set and like being of service to in whatever capacity that I possibly could be. And it was just, I learned so much. I spent as much possible time as I could just learning, right? Figuring out, oh, what can I do here? What can I do there? How can I be of service here? How can I be of service there? Just having an attitude of like, use me however you need me, right? Like just straight up use me however you need me. And let's make it happen. So that was really, really fun. I'm excited. We're taking a break for a couple weeks and then coming back at it. So I'm excited. I really am. The opportunity is incredible to me. The opportunity to really do this and make something of it. And while I was doing that, it just kind of, again, it was just like, how can I help out? How can I help out? How can I help out? We broke down all of like the, whatever, like all the equipment and such. And then I was helping some of the crew move it back to where they had to move back to because there's a 2-week break. So one of the guys had a studio and ended up like helping him move some of his stuff out to his studio. The guy's like the cinematographer and ended up just like spending, this guy's like in, I don't know, he's been doing this for decades, to say the least, right? And I just spent a lot of time with him, just asking him questions and learning and exploring and just like use me, like let me move stuff for you. Let me tell me where you want this, tell me where you want that, whatever. And it was just like beautiful, you know? It seems like maybe something might come of it, something might not come of it, in the sense of like maybe we just come up with some type of project just like together, him and I. Or maybe, I don't know, whatever. I have no idea. And truly, I have no idea what I'm doing with this whole thing, it feels like. I really have no idea. I remember when I got into it, I was like, oh yeah, it would be really cool to be an actor. And a lot of this project for me has been getting an understanding of what does that really mean? What does it really mean to be an actor? What is it? What is day-to-day like? What is it like to be on set? Is it just an idea that I'm like, oh yeah, I would love to be an actor? Or is it like, yeah, I enjoy the work. I enjoy everything to it. So a little bit of exploring in that regard. And from the exploration thus far, I've had a blast. I really have. I've really just had fun exploring. What does it mean? What is it like? What's the experience like? What does it take? And so on and so forth. I've noticed that just from at least what I was doing, I personally enjoy being in front of the camera more than I do behind the camera. I feel a little bit more comfortable with it, at least at this particular moment in time, but maybe that changes, maybe that changes. I just have fun with it a little bit. I don't know, there's so much that happens today. I felt like me today. I really felt like me. It wasn't like anything that I had to worry about. I didn't have to think too much as it related to what I'm doing. It felt natural. It felt right. And I don't know what's going to come of it. Like I mentioned, I have no idea. I'm just doing my best. I'm figuring this out as best as I can, to the best of my ability, because that's all I can do. A lot of questions, I guess, about career came up for me today. passions. Like, what am I really passionate about? Why am I doing the things that I'm doing? Why am I living the life that I'm living? What am I doing with my life? These types of questions. But not in a way that was like, oh my gosh, what are you doing with your life? No, it's more in like what am I really doing here? Why am I here? What's going on? Kind of like a curiosity, like a deep curiosity. I also noticed just that sense of loving, like the creativity, the creative aspects to things and such. It's beautiful. It really is. I don't know what I'm doing. I really don't. But I'm willing to play with that. I'm willing to play with not knowing what I'm doing. It inspires me a little bit. And it makes me feel like I'm living on my edge, which I truly am. Like, if I really look at it, I am so impressed with myself, and not in a way of like, oh wow, check me out. More of like, dude, you're like doing the things that are scary as shit, and scary shit to me, right? Someone else could be like, dude, you're just doing that, like, no big deal. But then something else that like was like kind of normal to me is like, oh my gosh, you're doing that, and I'm like, yeah, it's no big deal. You know what I mean? So it's like, I don't know. To me, the life that I'm living is like, it's as scary as it is thrilling, as it is enjoyable, as it is fun. I don't know what beholds around the corner, right? What beholds me, or just what's gonna happen. I have no idea, but I love that. I absolutely love that. It's fun to me. It's play. It's enjoyable. It's what's worth living. It gets me excited. It really does get me juiced to some degree. I was like, what does today hold? I don't know. Let's find out. Let's figure it out. Let's have fun with it. Keep up, thrive, and stay sexy.